Matt, thank you for that. A now former Western New England University student is facing several charges after investigators say they found a 3D printer used to make a firearm along with a gun frame and other weapons inside his campus dorm room.
Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson joins us now live from outside the university campus with what we know so far about this incident. Addie.
Chris and Amanda, 18-year-old James McNary of Saugus was arraigned in Springfield District Court yesterday following an investigation into the dangerous weapons found inside his dorm room here on campus. Inside McNary's dorm room, investigators and authorities found a 3D printing device, the lower frame of a pistol, knives, swords, and other handheld weaponry. Investigators also located a gas mask, night vision goggles, a pressure cooker, and ball bearings inside his dorm room. According to the Hampden District Attorney's Office, campus officials reported Wednesday that McNary had been expelled for violating the university's weapons policy. During a sweep of his dorm room, campus safety found the 3D printer and gun frame and called in state police. Troopers then located McNary nearby, operating a vehicle, and took him into custody. Investigators determined he does not have a license to carry or firearms identification card. State police arrested McNary following Wednesday's investigation. At his arraignment yesterday, prosecutors asked for a $500,000 bail, but the judge set it at $50,000 with conditions. He's facing several charges now, including using a 3D printer to manufacture a firearm, improper storage of a firearm, manufacturing an untraceable firearm, and possession of a firearm without an FID card. Western Mass News reached out to the university for comment on this incident. They provided us with a statement saying, "We can confirm prohibited weapons were discovered in a student residence hall room. The items were secured promptly, and there is no ongoing threat to the campus community." The matter has been referred to Massachusetts State Police, and the university is cooperating fully with the investigation. Because this is an active law enforcement matter and in accordance with student privacy laws, no additional information is available at this time. McNary's next scheduled court date is set for Monday. For now, reporting live in Springfield, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.